Welcome back to Old Times is Not Forgotten, where we read old newspapers together. Today, we're reading the Seattle Post-Intelligencer newspaper from Seattle, Washington, dated Tuesday, April 26, 1910. Let's see how things have changed, or maybe stayed the same. Electric shocks cure boy who barked like dog. Los Angeles, April 26, 1910. Ralph Madison, a 13-year-old son of a Palo Alto rancher, has been cured of chorea, a rare disease, which caused him to labor under the delusion that he was a dog. Barking and snarling, the boy who had been a sufferer from the strange malady for 2 years was admitted to the local hospital last Monday. Dr. Walter B. Coffey, who had charge of the case, decided to try an entirely new method. An electric belt was placed about the patient's waist, and whenever the boy had a convulsion and barked, a nurse pressed a button and gave him a sharp shock. By autosuggestion and through fear of the shocks, the physicians say, the boy began to improve. The convulsions became less frequent, and now they have ceased entirely, and a permanent cure, it is believed, has been effected. Manufacturer uses spider as skilled worker. Los Angeles, California, April 26, 1910. Few persons regard the common garden spider as a skillful worker in occupations other than trapping the flies. But a local optical company is utilizing a force of the insects in the manufacture of certain delicate instruments used by surveyors, architects, and astronomers. The spiders, while held by the hind legs by their keeper, weave webs across a diagonal frame. These webs are then removed from the frame by means of a wire instrument, the ends of which are covered with shellac. When the shellac hardens, the webs are available for the manufacture of cross wires. One spider can spin about 40 feet of web in 15 minutes, while an instrument equipped with a single inch of the web sells for $3. The keepers say that the spiders do their best work on cool days, being irritable and dangerous on hot weather. Here's an ad for the Some Things Do Change category, an ad for Remington typewriters. Did you know they used to have contests to see who was the fastest typist?
World's top typists get go sign from State's Governor Young, and now is the time for all good typists to let those fingers fly. Both pros and amateurs type away for crown and national typing contest. Speedy and accurate, here's Irma Wright, best non-professional. And in men's division, Albert Tangora Wright is winner for the 4th time.
Spokane robber shows his nerve. Spokane, April 25, 1910. After completely ransacking the residence of J. Webster Hancock, East 924 18th Avenue, about midnight last night, securing $18 in jewelry, a well-dressed, masked burglar entered the bedroom of Mr. Hancock and wife, turned on the light, and with revolver in hand, chatted with the owner for 20 minutes. Calmly selecting a comfortable chair, he tilted back against the wall, saying, "You see, the best part about my work is I have no pals to give me away. I was a gentleman once, and I regret to thus intrude upon the sanctity of your bedroom, but it is necessary to secure the money I need. I have $18. In July 1st, I will return this with 7% interest. No, I will not leave any writing around," said the burglar when asked to sign a note. "To show you I'm a man of honor, I will cut a notch in this windowsill, and some night in July you will find your money and interest there." Let's take a look at entertainment in 1910. Balloon Girl act mystifies audience at Majestic Theater. It is rarely that vaudeville produces a spectacular so beautiful as that which Burleigh is offering this week at the Majestic Theater. The Balloon Girl, just what it is impossible to say. What it appears to be is a very dainty little lady sailing about over the heads of the audience in a gaily decked balloon. She sails and she sings and makes a very startling and very pleasing picture, which fairly brings the audience to his feet. But there is no one connected with the theater who will take the audience into its confidence sufficiently to say whether it is a clever illusion or clever mechanism that is behind the projection. The balloon apparently sails at will without any guiding hand. It goes to the ceiling and swoops down so that those in the pit duck their heads to escape it. But nothing is seen to give a line on the mystery, which makes itself felt but not evident. Photographs showing the wreck of a Burlington train near Selah. Running on the Northern Pacific tracks, Burlington passenger train number 41 ran into an open or defective switch just past Selah Station, 6 miles northwest of North Yakima. In an endeavor to save the lives of the passengers on the heavily laden train, engineer William Gordon of Ellensburg stuck to his post, shut off steam, threw on the air brakes, and applied the emergency brakes, being caught an instant later as the engine toppled over and killed. Fireman Myers of Pasco was also killed, while Theron Pratt and William Brogan of Seattle, mail clerks, were slightly injured. The picture shows the big engine lying on its side. I wonder if this law is still on the books. If it isn't, it should be. Insult school ma'am, pays fine and costs. Ellensburg, April 25, 1910. F.H. Rodiger, arrested for insulting a Clay Elm teacher, was today released upon paying a fine of $60 and costs. Rodiger's arrest is believed to have been the first one in the state for this particular offense. The school code passed by the 1909 legislature contains a section which makes it a misdemeanor punishable by fine or imprisonment of from 10 to 20 days for insulting a school teacher in the presence of her pupils. Rodiger alleged to have been dissatisfied with the treatment given his son, expostulated to the teacher, and was arrested and fined under the law. Well, thank you folks for watching and listening. We'll end with a bonus movie about something that has recently changed. Do you remember in school you would be taught cursive? Well, not anymore. Take a look at this.
School days, dear old golden rule days, reading and writing and arithmetic, taught to the tune of a hickory stick. You were my queen in calico, I was your bashful barefoot beau, and you wrote on my slate, I love you, Joe, when we were a couple of kids. School days, dear old golden rule days, reading and writing and arithmetic, taught to the tune of a hickory stick. You were my queen in calico, I was your bashful barefoot beau, and you wrote on my slate, I love you, Joe, when we were a couple of kids.